A lot of business owners forget how important scripting your content is, and that's why they're not getting any views from their content. They're not getting any leads and pre-sold leads from their content. It's because they're not scripting it correctly. So in this video, I want to go through the exact script structure, and I'm going to literally script a video live so you can see how you can do it as an entrepreneur. And if you don't know who I am, my name's James, owner of Magnify Your Content Media, and I help 6 to 7 to even 8 to even 9 figure entrepreneurs build content systems to save time and scale. If you want my social proof, check out the first link in the description. Also, if you want to join my email list where I give away free content tips and hacks and also resources daily, it's the second link in the description. You can join that email list and you'll get that every single day. But without further ado, let's just get into the video. So first and most importantly, what most entrepreneurs don't understand is without a good idea, you're not going to be able to have a good script. Without a good script, you're not going to be able to have a good filming session. Without a good filming session, you're not going to be able to have a good edit. And when you post that video, it's going to perform bad. So everything really matters, and not a lot of people understand that. So first we need to find an idea, but I want to go through the structure of your video first. So what I like to do is I have a content dashboard. I give this to every single one of my clients. And what it does is basically you can track everything. You know where it is, you know what kind of content it is, you know if it's a growth piece of content, a niche piece of content, if it's a problem aware piece of content. And what I like to do is I like to use something called the HIVC framework, and here it is. It's basically hook. So the hook of your video is the most important part of your video because it grabs the attention of your viewers, and there's many hooks you can use. There's negative hooks, there's visual hooks, there's controversial hooks, there's different types of hooks you can use. Then it comes the interest peak, and this interest peak is where a lot of people fuck up. They go straight from the hook to the value, which is wrong, because watch time is the most important metric of your video, okay? And if your watch time is low, it's not going to get pushed out to more people. So you need the watch time to be high, and the only way you can really do that is by having an interest peak as well. So an interest peak is basically intriguing your viewer for more. Again, I'm going to do a live example here so you know exactly what you can do, but it just gets the viewer intrigued for more, to watch longer. And then comes the value. So you're going to give them a step-by-step process, and with the value part you can ask yourself, is this worth $5? Will it get, if they took action on this, would they be able to get some sort of result? Okay, that's important, otherwise it's not good value. And then the call to action is really simple. It's either just a follow or ask them to comment a keyword, so you can set up ManyChat to send them over something for free, a free resource to warm them up, a landing page to grab their email, or just to start a conversation, whatever you want to do, okay? So let's go and find an idea. And for this example, I'm actually going to do a sales coach example. I've been working with a few sales coaches recently, so that's just what the first thing that comes to mind. So what I want to do, and this works for everyone, for example, if you're a coach, if you're a service-based business, like this is going to work for you. Any industry, just follow this structure. But what I'm going to do is go to a sales coach doing well in my industry, not my industry, the sales industry. And what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to download something called Sort Feed. And Sort Feed is an extension that that sorts people's best performing videos to the top. So like from a lot of views to hardly any views. But to be honest, it depends on what type of content you want to create. If you're creating a niche piece of content, views don't matter. It's who you're speaking to. If you're creating a growth piece of content, of course the idea matters, because you want to grow your account. You want to go to more people. So I'm going to do an example for growth piece of content. So you're going to click on Sort Feed, last 25 items, and then press Views. And what this is going to do is just going to sort the most viewed videos. Now, as you can tell here, this one performed well. I know the other one did perform well, but that was a sales call. So this is just one that performed well. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to go to Snap Insta to download this video. I'm going to copy and paste the link in, download, close. I'm going to download the video, close. Just hurry up and download the video. There we go. I'm going to go to Descript. Yep, this is free. You're going to go to new project, video project. And what I want to do here is I just literally want to get the transcript, okay? Because I want to see what he's saying within the video. So I'm going to go to that, and it's going to do the transcribing. We just wait until that happens, and I'll come back to the video. As you can tell, we've got the transcript for the video. And what I want to do is I literally just want to copy and paste it. I want to copy and paste it because I want to see what he's saying within the video. And of course, as the entrepreneur, you're supposed to give your own value, so you don't want to copy it, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to give our own value. Paste. So what I'm going to do is make this full screen. I'm going to run through this. So someone tells you, just tell me the price for the love of God. Do not tell them the price. For the love of God, do not tell them the price. They're just saying this because they want to control and they want to take the frame of the conversation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a hook. So I'm going to do a negative hook. So instead of sitting around with your cock in your hand trying to figure out how to overcome the tell me the price objection. So instead of sitting around with your cock in your hand trying to figure out how to overcome just tell me the price objections, because that is an objection, because they're objection, like they don't want you to continue the sales call. So instead of sitting around with your cock in your hand trying to figure out how to overcome, do this. Now comes the interest peak. So again, you don't want to just go straight into the value. You want to intrigue them for more. So you want to explain basically why they should watch the video, okay? So what I'm going to say here is, and no, this isn't theory. I have helped multiple businesses overcome this objection, including name, who closed a 10k deal after implementing this, for example. Value. And I'm actually not going to give you, go through the value, because I literally don't know what to say. I'd have to research before I did this, or I could just read this. So what I'm going to do now is hook. I'm going to go like that. Interest peak. So it's separate. And then the value. So instead of sitting around with your cock in your hand trying to figure out how to overcome just tell me the price objection, do this. And no, this isn't theory. I've helped multiple business overcome this objection, including Jeremy, who closed a 10k deal after implementing this. And now what you want to do is read what he's saying. So that's all I'm interested in. Now there's two ways how to handle this. Just going to be telling him the price. And number two, getting mad at them for asking you that and then pushing back. Instead, what you want to do to incentivize them, give you the answers that you want, and this done by contextualizing. So what I'm going to be putting for the value is this, okay? Instead of just being a pussy. Again, remember, negative always responds well and always does well, okay? So you want to add things that are negative within your videos. So instead of being a pussy and telling them the price and losing the sale straight away, you want to incentivize them. That's all I'm here for. Instead of what you want to incentivize them to continue the structure of the call. So first say completely understand that you want to know the price, but if I'm honest, I'm not completely sure if this is even the right thing for you. Completely understand that you want to know the price, but if I'm honest, I'm not completely sure if this is even the right thing for you. For me to understand this, I need to ask questions to find out your situation and if we can even help. Boom. Boom. This will disarm them and make them follow the structure of the call. Okay, next is the call to action. Again, if this isn't right, like the value part, don't have a go at me. I'm not a sales coach, but I would have to do my research before actually answering that. But I think that's a pretty good answer. And then next is the call to action, which is either, I would normally, if you have an asset that you can send over already, or you've planned to create an asset before this, I would say of the call. And if you want to see me handle this objection live, comment live, and I will send over a live sales call. Boom. And then you can set up ManyChat to send that over. But now what we want to do is, and this isn't my GPT, just so you know, it's someone called Devin Jaffo's GPT. He's helped me a lot with content. He's very good at what he does. But what I'm going to do is I want to swap some phrases out and add power words to certain things. So because a power word is super important, because people are used to seeing certain power words and they're just going to be like, oh, okay, scroll. But if they see a new one and hear a new one, they're going to be like, okay, this is different, and they want to watch longer. So what we're going to do is head over to ChatGPT, and we're going to go to Nexus Phrase Swapper. So he gives away this for free anyway, so if you want it, I can probably just give it away. But anyway, I'm going to paste this in here. And then I'm going to send the word and phrase. And no, this isn't theory. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that phrase in here. Please change sentence up and add power words. And then what it's going to do is going to give me 15 more attention grabbing alternatives. So this isn't just fluff. I've personally guided businesses through this exact objection, including who slammed shut a 10k deal. Forget theory, I've bought businesses. So what I like is, I kind of like this one, I'm not going to lie. But you can look through the 15. You can take a bit more time on this and look through the 15. And what you can do is just copy and paste that in here. So, and then go like that. This isn't just fluff. I've personally guided businesses through this exact one. So instead of being a pussy, let me change this one up. Let me see. So instead of just rolling over and blurting out the price, killing the sale on the spot, you need to bait them into staying in control. Cool, I like that. Normally the first ones are the best ones. But anyway, I'm going to paste that in. So first say, and what you can do with the value section, and what a lot of people tend to do, is put bullet points instead of scripting it fully out. Because what I come to find is when I film, when I record, I just have ideas coming into my head on the spot, and I like to say them, and then in editing, my editors can cut them out. Okay, so you can either put bullet points for the value or fully script it out. It just depends what you prefer. For our clients, we do both, so we can say Do you want it fully scripted out, or do you want just bullet points so you can go off the top of your head? But yeah, this is how to script a video. Really simple. And what you need to follow is just a simple structure, which is hook, interest peak, value, call to action. So the hook is the most important. You can either do this visually, you can do it controversial, like you can say something controversial. Controversy always seems to win, okay? Like it always does the best, and being negative always seems to win in your hook. So you can say certain things that's going to grab people's attention. You can also be, again, negative. So you can say, instead of saying something like, this is how to do so-and-so, you can say, never do this without this, for example. Okay, so you just want to add a little negative spin onto certain things. Something that's going to grab people's attention, something that people don't hear 24/7, because you want to pattern interrupt their scroll. So when they're scrolling, you want to pattern interrupt it. They're going to see all the same things over and over again until they see your video and you say something like, instead of sitting around with your cock in your hand. Like people aren't going to see that 24/7, okay? So they're going to stop and watch that video because it's different. It's funny, it's negative, etc., okay? So try and add your personality to it as well within your script. But this is really simple how to script a video. You can do it. And what I would do as well is, after, go to ChatGPT, implement it, be like, is this a soundbite of 20 to 40 seconds? And it will tell you, because you want to keep it to a 20 to 40 second range. And if not, you've got to cut it down until it's that range. Otherwise, the watch time, people don't watch as long because it's short form videos. But yeah, this is how to script your video. I hope you got some value from this. Again, if you want to join my free email list, I send out resources, ChatGPTs like I just used. I send out free hacks and tips every single day in my emails. Join it, it's completely free. And if you found this video valuable and you want to learn how to get 5 to 15 extra clients within 90 days by just posting content, you can check up this video up here. But I hope you got some value from this, and peace.